And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest, and it's my honor to have him on once again. David Nino Rodriguez is with us. What's going on, brother?
Dude, it's always a pleasure to be with you, Big Lou. Big Louie. What's going on, my man?
Look, everything's going well. Obviously, the people know about the demonetization, and we just had some words before this hand, and you've been, you've been one of those people that have been supporting me even when I was, very small, and you got me on your channel, and you helped me out a lot. And the journey does not stop here. So I want to let everybody know, just because I'm demonetized does not mean I'm going to stop posting. And I'm glad to have this guest right here, right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, United States bombs Iranian proxies in Syria. That's a big deal. You've been talking about this. A lot of people were on my channel yesterday, and they were basically telling me while I was live streaming, like, hey, David Nino Rodriguez called this. He had guests on that have been talking about Red October, that have been talking about a big event happening. How do you feel about everything that we're seeing, especially when it comes to Iran's involvement in this Hamas and Israel war?
Well, you got to understand when you understand their playbook, which I don't understand how people are just blind to this. They go by certain dates, certain numbers, power numbers. These are a pagan occult. Like the globalists that run this planet have a whole different system, a whole different calendar that they go by. And October is a very important month. And this is not, well, people that don't understand this will say, oh, it's conspiracy. But when you really understand how this works, you can predict what they're going to do. So October is a very big month. It's always been Red October, but I've always said this October is going to be even bigger than any October because we're going into an election year, and they got to do everything they're going to do now. So they're making their big moves now. So the minute we get a Speaker of the House, the minute we get this, what they call quote unquote extremist MAGA Speaker of the House, then what happens? Mass shooting happens. We basically bomb Iran, right? So now we're really going all in. And I think more is to come. So as this month continues to play out, and also what happened, the Israeli Gaza, the whole Israeli war just kicked off. Holy War, World War III, whatever you want to call it, it's here. It's now here. So here we are going into this, forging ahead. A lot of big events are going to happen. Both sides are panicked or not. Look, one side is using counter moves. The other side is just moving forward. They're moving ahead with their plans of a World War III. Okay, that's what they want here. And people that don't understand this, come to my channel and learn about this, okay? Because this is what's happening. This is how it's playing out. This is a globalist war using countries as proxies. Now that we're moving ahead, now that this is forging ahead, this is not going to fizzle out, folks. This is going to escalate. It's going to continue to escalate. And what I'm saying here is, with the borders being wide open, anybody and their mother coming here, nobody is vetted. We're going to have, and as we deplete our resources abroad, send our soldiers out, send our equipment out, and deplete our resources here, we're going to have massive conflict and massive civil unrest here in America. And I'm saying that this is going to start kicking off pretty soon if it doesn't start already with that mass shooting. So what we're going to see is a lot of civil unrest in America. I'm saying that. I'm predicting this to be coming. And guess what? They're going to blame who? They're going to blame the white guy. They're going to blame the white supremacist. And this is their playbook. This is what they're planning to do. It's not about Republican. It's not about Democrat. It's about a globalist world order. That's the best way I can put it. And to take down America is the big trophy, and we're the prize. And they're doing this now. So we're going to see a lot, Lou. We're going to see a lot coming into this month, November, December, going into 2024. I'll be very, very surprised if an event doesn't happen or series events don't happen. We're not going to have an election.
Well, here's one thing, and that's where I want to go, because once again, you've been pretty much letting everybody know about this for some time, and this is why you're so credible, I feel, because not only do you have guests on, you yourself came on this channel and told us exactly, neck to neck, exactly what was going to happen. And as far as this manhunt that they have going on in Maine, this guy still hasn't been caught.
Exactly. And here's what it is, in my opinion. And I'm going to state that on your channel. Everything's my opinion, but I've talked to a lot of people. This is for the conditioning of lockdowns. Okay. So basically everyone in that area is under lockdown in that area. Oh, you got to stay at home, shelter in place. That's a conditioning process they're using through the news to get the rest of the country used to these shelter in place, stay at home orders, to when some kind of event happens or multiple events happen in America, terrorist events with Hamas, who's here, who brought in millions and millions and millions of Muslims during their presidency? Big Mike's husband. And I won't say his name because we don't want to say his name on here. But so this was all engineered cleverly for this time. And we're in it now. So when these events start taking place in America, I told you so. It's just a matter of time. So as we fund Iran and give Iran billions of dollars under Big Mike's husband's administration and Biden's, okay, Biden just gave him $6-8 billion.
Yeah.
Who do you think funds Hamas? Iran. So you're giving Iran all this money, and then you pull out of Afghanistan. They keep all our military equipment, $80-something billion worth of military equipment. So we're funding all of them. We're funding that region. And then now we go into the rescue of Israel. We're playing both sides, folks. That's what's happening here. And this is very well engineered. And you got to wake up and see this. So now what's going to happen? Well, what about all the people we brought here into our shores, into our soil? And the countless millions that are coming in right now, unvetted, from Venezuela, from El Salvador, from wherever. We don't know who they are. And I'm going to say, and it's my opinion, and I have to state it that way on FluffTube, they're going to be activated. They're going to be activated at the right time. And as our soldiers are on fighting wars abroad, who's going to be here taking care of us? Well, what about someone like, I don't know, what about some UN peacekeepers? I'm just stating it. It's just a question. UN peacekeepers coming in with their blue helmets and blue tanks. I'm just saying. That's how I would handle it if I was them. Now I have to state everything as a question on here, Lou, because this is FluffTube, this is YouTube, and I got to make it to where I'm just posing questions, folks. I'm not pushing any kind of agenda here. I'm just posing the question. But looks likely to me, So listen, you understand that it's order out of chaos. That's what these people run on, order out of chaos.
And it looks like it's working in their way, especially when it comes to this Iran stuff. We saw Lindsey Graham basically come out and warmonger his way. We saw Nikki Haley as well. And I want to play this yesterday that went down. This was crazy because it happened during the live stream. And this is Sean Hannity interviewing Jim Jordan. And watch what happens next, guys.
Jennifer, this sounds like huge news.
Sean, we can report based on senior military sources that U.S. warplanes have carried out airstrikes tonight inside Syria against Iranian proxy forces. We don't know the number of strikes. We were told earlier today to expect that perhaps F-15s and F-16s would be involved in the airstrikes, but we don't have confirmation yet about how many warplanes. But those strikes have been carried out. I'm told it is in response to the more than dozen strikes against U.S. bases. The message is a clear message designed to Iran and its proxy forces to stop carrying out these drone and rocket attacks against U.S. bases. But I'm told that the planes have safely left the area and that the airstrikes are complete at this time. They were targeting multiple locations inside Syria and Iranian proxy forces, Sean.
Oh boy, breaking news right away. So is this what it's going to be like, man? Where people are just going about their day and all of a sudden, we got to interrupt. The United States just bombed Iran, or Israel just invaded on foot. Like, is this what it's going to look like?
You got to remember, Comey also said that the Biden crime family is going to be having to testify in front of the House. Okay, so we make a move, they make a move. they rather start World War III than be caught. Okay, that's just the truth of it. That's the fact of it. So what's going to happen now? How you're going to see this start playing out is more fires are going to be lit internationally. There's going to be more fires more fights to be fought abroad. But what I'm concerned about is what's going to happen here in America. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm telling you, man, we're getting ready. Look, they're already putting those two together, BLM and Hamas. They're already coming out saying, oh, BLM backs Hamas. I mean, they're getting ready to start the narrative, to spin the narrative. So as these two get married, Hamas and BLM, we're going to start, I'm telling you, we're going to start seeing civil unrest in America. Because they're going to say, how can you back Israel? Oh, my gosh, light that building on fire, protest over here, protest over there. You're all being used. You're all being used like a puppeteer. We're all being pitted against each other. We're all being used, all of us. You got the white supremacists, you got BLM, they're marrying with Hamas. They're all organizing this to be played out against each other, man. And I think the thing we got to really worry about and think about is what's going to happen right here in America, dude, with these borders being wide open. I'm telling you, they're creating the perfect storm.
And this perfect storm would lead us to the 2024 election.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a series of events that take place that, hey, man.
I mean, there's look, when you really think about it, right? Like, I'm 26 years old, right? And I think I think about the future a lot. I think about, what is life going to be like when I'm 50? Are we even going to get there? That's the type of stuff I know. Are we even going to get there? But the reason why I say that is because there's so much going on. I mean, you cover this stuff. We cover this stuff. And the people have been following Trump cases, right? These Trump indictments. Now he's going to trial. He's going to civil trial and all these different things that are happening with Trump. And then you see what's going on with the Biden crime family. You see what's going on all over. You see the civil unrest starting, like you said, because I was out there for this Israel-Hamas protest, and I saw how close Palestinian supporters got to the Jewish supporters, to the Israel supporters. And I'm telling you, if nobody was there, man, it would have been whatever it would have. As this war continues, right? Because I want to dive into the civil unrest.
But it's going to be a good reason, right? As soon as these violent crimes start picking up and protests, it's going to be a good reason to lock people down, isn't it? It's going to be like what they couldn't do before in 2020 with the boogeyman. Everyone knows when I say the boogeyman, they know what that means. 2020, they're going to accomplish what they weren't able to accomplish with that. So they're going to be able to accomplish the lockdowns because of chaos and civil unrest. I'm telling you, it's coming.
So why would they want lockdowns?
To keep everybody home. The same reason they want 15-minute cities, man. It's about control. It's about utter and complete control and bondage. We are in a war for the human species, the future. This is not just for America. This is a war for the human species, man. This is for our survival. Like, it's either going to be, we're either going to be liberated and have freedom, or we're going to be in slavery and bondage. That's what this is about right now. These few elite people, very few, let's say 100,000 of them, controlling the billions, that want utter and complete control. They control governments. They control your money. They control technology. They control everything. They don't need people anymore. Okay? They don't need us anymore. That's why this was so important. War is important. It's all important for them to, and I'll be very careful on YouTube. But, man, I mean, I'm just saying that the perfect storm is being contrived right now, and it's about to get ugly. And I just going to tell people, like, you got to really prepare and be with your families and keep your conceal and carry if you can in your state. Keep your wits about you. Shit's about to get real.
I want to dive into this main shooter, right? The conversation has come out. Obviously, Joe Biden, one of his Twitter posts went viral, good and bad, with Democrats supporting it and Republicans opposing his tweet when he said that he basically just put ban assault weapons right after the shooting, which is, you see, the talking point by Democrats. Now, I want to definitely get into the Second Amendment talk, because for me, especially for me, growing up in New York City, anytime I thought about guns, I thought bad things, because criminals were the only people that I ever saw, with guns, right? Unfortunately, my brother and my father, they both did time in federal prison and all these different things for guns. So when we talk about 15-minute cities, and when we talk about cities especially, nobody there can legally carry, only people that are illegally doing it. And then if we have like civil unrest, or we have a series of events where this guy might not be the only guy. Let's just say 3 or 4 of these people break out: San Francisco, LA, New York, Miami, I don't know, different parts of the main cities in America. How important would it be to how important is the Second Amendment now, and why do you think they try to attack it so much? Does it have to do with this whole control aspect of it?
Yes.
Or
if you have weapons on you,
it's bad.
Well, criminals don't care, dude. You know as well as I do, we can get a gun anywhere. Anybody can get a gun anywhere. I mean, I can get a gun anytime I want. But if you're a law-abiding citizen and you defend your home, and they find out that you had a gun, they're coming after you because you shouldn't have had the gun. Do you get what I'm saying here? They're not going after the criminal that robbed you or whatever. But if they don't want you to be able to defend yourself, defend your property, defend your home. So if someone's breaking into your house, just let them. No, I don't think so. You have a right to defend your home and your life and your family. But if you do so, they're going to say, "Oh, gee, you had a gun? We're taking you to jail." See what I'm saying here? This is totalitarianism, bro. This is what they're planning to do, and to run everything through a technocracy. That's why they want 15-minute cities. Universal income. Nobody gets to aspire to any kind of greatness. You don't get what you're really worth in life. You're always just going to be right there, bare minimum. Told what to do, how to live your life. I mean,
you'll be happy owning nothing. You'll
be happy owning nothing. Exactly. But I got to tell you, as they keep pushing forward and as they keep doing this, I'm expecting some kind of counter arrest. And that's going to come. And I think that's coming fairly soon. And I think it's going to throw everyone off. And then when that happens, the deep state is going to really know what time it is, and they're going to really push the pedal on carrying out the agenda of World War III. Okay, so when this happens, when this arrest happens, when these arrests happen, there's going to be a few arrests. When they happen, when that kind of counterpunch happens, what they did to Donald is going to happen to them. It's going to be a boomerang thing. So what they did to Donald Trump is basically they're just breaking the seal. So now things are going to happen to them. The boomerang's going to come back around. When that happens, expect things to really get intense. So we're in for some exciting times, folks, and this is about to get crazy, man.
I definitely feels that way, and that brings me to Speaker Mike Johnson out of Louisiana. Right, this is a very important time because I saw a lot of conservatives online, especially the big ones, the big conservatives that are on X. And I think that X, by the way, if you guys are not on X, please make sure to go follow David Nino Rodriguez on X and Rumble. I'm going to drop all the links down. These are important platforms of our time, especially X. I think that, I want to get into the conversation of Elon Musk as well, how he's getting attacked. I think a lot of people are not seeing exactly what's going on. But this new speaker, what are your thoughts on him? Obviously, a lot of people were very happy. I was excited seeing him, but then I'm seeing some stuff coming out now, and I'm like, okay. Let me take a step back. What do you think about Mike Johnson as speaker?
I like Mike Johnson as speaker. He's what they call, quote unquote, a MAGA extremist. Listen, let me see if I can find it here. He is. Mike Johnson, to me, is a good man. He's a Christian, but the only problem I have with him is that he is a Mason. Okay, and these secret society, So, and that's what I've heard. Now, folks,
Mason.
What's that?
He's a Christian and a Mason.
You could be a Christian, you could be a Muslim, you could be whatever denomination you want to be of anything, whatever religion you want to be and be a Mason. Really? It's only until you get to the higher levels. But my argument with this is, I'm not saying he's not a good man, but you can't serve two masters. You're either going to take allegiance to the Brotherhood or you're going to take allegiance to Christ. Okay? You can't serve both. And things that are done in darkness are evil in nature. Okay. Bottom line, if you're holding any kind of secrets from humanity, that's evil. Okay. It just is. So what we're going to see with Mike, what's his name? Mike Johnson. I'm trying to find what I have here. I have it right here. He has a good rating amongst the Republicans. And it says here he, gosh, I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
As far
he
as
has a 74% liberty score. McCarthy had a 54% liberty score. He has an F rating on Republicans with Ukraine. He has an F rating for the far left democracy score, which is good. But I've heard he's turned on the Ukraine stuff. I heard that he's going to start sending money off to Ukraine. So have your audience look into this. This is all very brand new. He voted against every Ukraine bill after the first one. McCarthy never voted against it. He objectified to certifying the 2020 election and helped file the Texas amicus brief. He's extremely focused on investigations into the Biden crime family, Mayorkas, and the rest of the administration. So he's doing some good things, but my only problem is if it's true, and now people need to research this, if he is a Mason, I got a problem with that. So you can't serve two masters, bottom line.
So this is interesting stuff. I mean, I saw him when he spoke about, George Floyd, and I think a lot of conservatives have a big problem with him on the George Floyd situation. I actually don't. I think that he was a prisoner of the moment, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
When he's speaking about, systematic change and different things like that. But to me, that stuff doesn't really matter. What matters to me is, like you said, his stance on Ukraine. Is he going to switch it up? Is he going to try to make all these deals with Democrats and like Kevin McCarthy, right? Kevin McCarthy, one of the main reasons he faced expulsion is because he did not keep his word, and obviously only one member of the House in Congress had the right to, basically present, and he got voted out by Democrats. So what I fear is a guy that we are excited about all of a sudden starts to pull those good old rhino moves.
Yeah, we'll see, dude. We'll see what kind of backbone he has. I mean, it's too early to tell, right? I mean, on paper he looks great, but I don't know. Look, I tell everybody, man, I'm not on the red or the blue. I'm not a Republican I'm fiscally conservative. I have some liberal viewpoints too, man. But I see the world the way it's being played. I see the chess game being played. And all I'm saying is there's a much bigger game going on, and we're all being used. Republican and Democrat, they're pitting us against each other by non-government organizations funding these movements. We're being divided and conquered in real time right now as we go off and fight these wars abroad. And our own country is going down the gutter, is being flushed down the toilet right now. We need to pay attention and band together and unite together, liberals and conservatives, Democrats and Republicans. We got to come together because we're all being played, man. We're all being played. And we need to wake up to this. And they run on emotion. They run on us being tribal. The same people that go out and watch the Dallas Cowboys play, the New York Giants, the same kind of mentality. They're using you in the news, the mainstream media, to pitch you against everybody else, pitch me against you, you against me, whatever. That's how they're accomplishing the destruction of America. That's how they're taking us down. While we pay attention to Israel, as we pay attention to Iran, as we pay attention to Ukraine, they're destroying us from within, and it's very well funded. And if you even talk about this, well, you get your channel demonetized or whatever. But it's important that people understand this, man. Like, let's stop pussyfooting around the issues. Let's talk about the real issues. We are in trouble. We are in big trouble. And we need to turn this around right now. And that is why it's not the woke movement. It's the awakening. It's called the awakening. They stole that. That's what evil does. They steal movements. They stole the awakening process that was growing beautifully and organically, and they made it the woke movement and pushed all their non-government organization funding into it. So it's important for people to understand, and I come on your program, that we need to understand, we need to unify, we need to unite and understand who the true enemy is. The enemy is the government that's giving money to Iran and then coming to Israel's rescue. And these shitty politicians that are termites in our government that are eating us from within, we need to fumigate the termites and kick them all out of here.
This is a question I ask everybody that comes up whenever I do panels, and I think that this is well suited for this conversation. Are we the good or the bad guy?
No, we're the
America.
Man, come on, we're the bad right now, bro. This is not, and it's not us. It's not the people. It's not the people. We're being used. We're being used.
As much as we love our country, I think a lot of people, it hurts them to say it, so sometimes they don't even want to admit it. But to me, it just seems like with our history, even with Iran, right? Like they had a democratic elected person that they loved, and then our CIA, our 3-letter agency stepped in there and they just dismantled it.
That's what they do.
We've done so much in the Middle East that some of these people they've grown radical to really dislike the United States of America.
Do you blame them?
Most of the time, that's what I'm saying. And I think that a lot of people are caught in the crossfire mentally when it comes to, well, I love my country too much and I love Israel too much because it's biblical and all these.
But that's the same mentality as the person that goes and cheers on the Dallas Cowboys. And the person that cheers on the New York Jets. They know we're tribal and they know we're very reactionary. Human beings are tribal and reactionary. So that is why they use the media, the mainstream media, to get a response out of you, to get a reaction. So they know once they get that desired reaction, it's called problem, reaction, solution. They have the solution. So they use people that are very reactionary and they create this problem to get a reaction, and then they give you the solution. They use the media to do this. David Icke has talked about this many, many millions of times. It's Hegelian dialect, I think it's called. Problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem knowing the desired reaction you're going to get. And then you already have the solution. And you go, oh, no worries. 9/11, not a problem. Live in fear. Let me give you the Patriot Act so we can all get groped and fondled at the airport. I mean, dude, this is how it's done.
This is how it's brought in. And then you have all those cameras watching us and all these different things that are for security because we're afraid of this. And it's happening. It seems that same thing is happening now, right? Yo, guys, I get that you guys don't like Ukraine, but we definitely have to support Israel. We definitely have to send them all the money because we can't let these people get powerful. And it's like the leftist has the same argument when it comes to Putin and it comes to
Ukraine. But how do you please the left? Well, you say, whoa. Don't hate Biden. Well, yeah. Israel is bombing Gaza, but guess what? We're going to send humanitarian aid to Gaza. So we fund them getting bombed, but that's okay. We're still going to play the nice guy. We're going to send them humanitarian aid. And then all the liberals go, well, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Did you hear that? We're sending humanitarian aid. So we feel better about the situation. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. So you know what I'm saying, bro? Do you get it? It's like that easy to see. Yeah.
How you said it earlier? Hamas.
Yeah. Hamas. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. So this is from what I've gathered from this info, especially what's going on. If they go, and this is I don't want to hold you up for too long, but if they go, and I mean Israel, Netanyahu decides to do the ground invasion that a lot of people are expecting, that obviously Joe Biden went out there to maybe delay it because he knows that Hezbollah is in the north and Hezbollah has a lot.
He don't give a shit. He don't give a shit. He don't care. I'm going to tell you right now, he don't give a shit. The purpose of this is to start World War III, bro. I'm telling you, Biden is controlled. He's a puppet. He's taking orders. And as long as they can convince you that he's stupid and incoherent, which he is, but as long as they can keep convincing people that, you don't look at the puppet masters. You just think he's an idiot. And I'm telling people right now, he's controlled.
So if they invade, you know what? Scrap that. What do you think is going to be the move? When do you think that, because obviously we just saw what the United States did in Syria to the Iranian proxies. What's the move that will declare?
Nuclear. First person to set off nuke. That's it. Sorry, that's really a spoiler
Do you
alert.
have any predictions for us as to who is going to be the one?
We're gonna come down to a standoff, and you can timestamp this video. We're gonna come down to a standoff, probably with Russia, China, whoever, and we're gonna be in lockdowns because we're gonna be in a nuke scare, a standoff. That's where this is heading. Okay, this is not like I'm not playing around here.
I can see it. I can see the Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. I can see it. I didn't live through that, but obviously I studied the history when JFK. I saw the movie where JFK was in the back room and he was just like, "Man, we're gonna make it." And
I'm telling you, man, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get exciting. It's about to get biblical, but it's coming. And people that don't understand that, like, oh, they think they're just going to watch this shit on television. I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to sound like Alex Jones. I'm not trying to sound, it's just the writing's on the wall. And if you can't see it by now, it's here. It's here, dude. It's here.
Literally like
the fact that I have to say this till I'm blue in the face, I can't believe it. But more people are jumping on now, and more people are starting to get on board. They understand what time it is. We're here now, dude. I wouldn't be spending my time doing this. I'm not a fear monger. I don't care about the clickbait. I'd rather be doing other shit with my life, but I know what time it is and I know what my calling is. And I'm telling people and letting people know, like the Paul Revere, it's coming. So buckle up. It's just coming, man. And as much as I don't want it to, I can only tell you what I see, the writing on the wall. It's here. Like you just said, it's here.
It's here. And you painted that picture. I can see it now. These emergency alerts, that went off, they wasn't coincidental. You know what I'm saying? I remember when they happened, and it's so crazy because people forgot about that. All of a sudden, they do that. They do one of those every 10 years. Oh, really? Do they? And then so now that we know what our phones are going to sound like, it can happen at any moment. Hey guys, there's something going on. It's an emergency. Please evacuate wherever you're at.
When's that going to come on and say shelter in place? See, I'm just saying, like, they're preparing for this, and
literally in front of our faces too.
Yes, and as long as people can normalize it and be like, "Well, they do that every 10 years." Oh, well, nah, man. What has been normal since 2020? Ask anybody.
They make us seem crazy. It's so wild because So when it happened, right? I don't remember exactly when this alert went off, but I remember everybody was talking about it. It was a big thing. Who was calling? They were calling us crazy. Like, yo, guys, you should probably take a look at why they're even doing this alert. Why is Russia doing this alert on the same day? What's going on? Oh, liberals will come out. They'll come out and be like, man, you guys are just MAGA extremist conspiracy theorists, right? That talking point from Hakeem Jeffries, like, when he comes out, MAGA extremists need to be stopped. They just make us seem so crazy. That, bro, like I don't.
You know what I call them? Casualties of war. This is 5th generation warfare, and they're the casualties of war. The people that are thinking, that are standing back saying this is all right, it's normal, they're casualties of war. The people that went and got this in their arm, casualties of war. These are all 5th generational war. These are all 5th generation casualties of war. We are at war. We are at war for our lives, dude, for our species right now. And people that don't know this, they want to go off and watch the game, go watch the Kardashians, pay attention to celebrity worship, whatever you want to do. Bye. See you later. Nice existing for a while, I guess. This is getting serious. This is getting real serious. Bro, I wouldn't be coming out here and saying what I'm saying if I didn't know what direction this is going, and it's going to get bad.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems that way. And I've been trying to we play a role, man. We play a role here because we are the alert systems, the real alert systems, where we're giving the people the information and having guests come on. Or
you're doing an amazing job, man.
I appreciate that, man. You've been killing it. You're definitely somebody I look up to when it comes to this. I think about you when I think about who I want to be in this realm. I think of you. I think of somebody like you for sure. When it comes to
you got a backbone, man, and you got to keep your backbone. Who cares? You got demonetized. Just keep going.
It's time to go harder now. It's time to go harder.
Go harder now, man.
Last topic of conversation. We got to talk about our guy that's on your shirt. 45, Orange Man Bad. Donald J. Trump. Now, we see so much going on. Obviously, we could break down these cases. We could go all day about.
He's not going to jail. He has the bigger guns. He's commander in chief at the highest level, nuclear and beyond. I've said this. Look, what's going to happen is you're going to see everyone else go down, not him. Okay, this guy's playing chicken with the deep state. Either he's a suicidal maniac or he's a genius. I prefer he's a genius. That's why he's made the billions he's made in his business. He's not dumb. He's crazy as a fox. He knows what he's doing. He knows he has the bigger guns, and he's saying, come on, let's go. I'm telling you right now, the boomerang is going to happen, and as this pendulum goes from the left to the right, it's going to go real far right, and a lot of people are going to see things they never thought they'd see ever in their lifetimes. And I'm going to say not only is he going to be back, but he's going to be back with a vengeance, and the wrath is going to be insane, and it's coming.
He's going to clean up aisle 5.
Yeah. I say 2025, parts of 2024 into 2025 is going to be cleanup
time, and I think that that's more necessary now. Somebody like if this, if he were president right now, I'm not going to be one of those people. Oh, he would stop all of this, but I think that he will blow the whistle. I think he's been blowing the whistle this whole time. I think
what's happening right now. Whistleblower. What's happening right now is we need this to happen. We need the structure to come down. The old system has to come down.
Yeah.
Who better to do it than Biden? Let him tear down the system. Let him make the mess in the sandbox. We're watching him. Trump, and then who's going to build back? Build back better? Build back bigger? Donald Trump. Donald Trump will come in and clean up. This has got to be destroyed. This old system, the old guard, has got to go, and it's going right now. Right now, we're watching it go down the drain. And who's going to come back and build back better? Trump.
And I'm excited for what's about to go down. Like you said, the most important part is that it's biblical, and these are the birthing pains that the Bible speaks about in Matthew 24. And I've been watching too much of the Chosen, the show with the life of Jesus Christ. So, man, I just think that all of this is, like you said, biblical, and a lot of people. You know what's weird to me, and then we'll close it out. And this, we know what's weird to me is that this is the one thing that got me about Mike Johnson, because he got up there and he spoke about the Bible. He spoke about the roles that we are supposed to play, and by we he meant the people in Congress, and he meant. I think that I would love to see, and it's not just Trump, but I would love to see people like Mike Johnson or whoever's in Congress, whoever is these people in Washington. I'd love to see if they're aware of the role that they're playing in the Bible, because we are all playing a role significantly heading into these end times Revelation books, heading into Matthew 24. Are they even aware? Are these people aware that this is supposed to happen? I don't get it. They're just playing right into it.
Well, let's ask Mike Johnson this. Mike, are you going to listen to Christ? Or are you going to do something your brotherhood wants you to do as soon as they give you a phone call? In other words, the minute the Masons give him a call and say, we don't like this, do this, who are you going to listen to? That's going to be the true test of this man. So let's see.
That is going to be the true test to Mike Johnson, him being a Mason. Do we know what degree Mason he is?
I don't know. And I've asked your audience, look, this is strictly right now, and I got to say this. It's strictly what I heard. I have no validation. I've not seen a photo of him being a Mason, but I've heard from a credible source that he is. I have not validated this. But if he is, who's he going to listen to? If he is a Mason, and your audience can look this up, who's he going to be taking orders from? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying. Who are you going to listen to? Christ, your heart, God, or your brotherhood with a phone call? Get what I'm saying?
That is a good question. And if you guys know, in the Bible, a lot of people had a chance to walk with Christ when he asked them to, and they didn't, because the people that they were around, and they had to leave everything in order to follow this, and in order to be about this mission right here, which is exposing exactly what's going on, the evil that's going on. You have to drop everything, and you have to be willing to take the L's of being demonetized, of being ridiculed by your own family, friends that you've had for a long time, walking away from friendships because you guys just don't see eye to eye. This is it. This is the fight. This is the internal battle. This is the spiritual battle. And I want to say thank you to David Nino Rodriguez once again for coming through and basically being in the front lines. And also, I think that people don't understand when they say, go to Rumble, go to this, go to that. And yes, we should go to X, we should go to Rumble. But the real battle is here. It's on YouTube. It's in the front lines.
You got to keep the town square, man. You got to keep the town square.
People need to realize that YouTube is where you reach the most. YouTube is where everybody goes. As much as people hate censorship, they can't get away from this right here. And we need to realize, I need to realize that this is very important. So no matter whether I monetize or not, I think that this is the battle. This is the front. This is the front of everything that's going on. YouTube is right there. And if you could get on here and wake people up day by day, like David Nino, I suggest that we all come together and do it. David Nino Rodriguez, any last words for the people, man? First of all, my audience, they love you. They were excited for you to come on. I'm going to premiere this. So everybody commenting down below right now, comment down how much you love this guy, because we need to definitely show him appreciation for coming on here.
Thank you, Lou. Just go to ninoscorner.tv and you can get all the good content right there. And follow Lou. Pay attention to Lou Valentino. He's definitely a digital soldier, you know, on the front lines as well. And I tip my hat off to you. You've really grown leaps and bounds, and I'm impressed with you, man. And it's good to be fighting next to a fellow digital soldier side by side, bro. And so I just, my last words are thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Valentino x David Nino Rodriguez here on the Lou Valentino radio show. I'll see you guys on the next one.